Okay, so let's see the top 10 plans to revive South African economy from Cyril. Let's see.
Specifically, we have identified 10 priority interventions to reignite growth in our economy. The first intervention is to use electricity tariffs and investment in transmission infrastructure, that is the grid, to drive economic activity. Among other things, this means preferential electricity tariffs for ferrochrome and manganese as well as steel. We will fast-track the transmission development plan to establish or to install 14,000 kilometers of transmission lines for our electricity grid. The second intervention is to accelerate the recovery of our freight and logistics sector. Progress is being made in this regard, but we want to fast-track this. This includes the implementation of Transnet's recovery plan, private sector participation in rail and port operations, and upgrading of export corridors. The third intervention is to rebuild our chrome and manganese industries. We will finalize chrome and manganese export tariffs, implement defensive duties on dumped imports, and expand alloys and battery precursor production. The NEC resolved that the fourth intervention must be to improve the capacity of the state to manage major projects. This is to address infrastructure delays due to weak capacity and fragmented coordination in making projects either bankable or projects to reach a state of completion. We will professionalize the project management cadre, establish a cross-government coordination unit, and ring-fence catalytic projects. These would be the big-ticket projects that we want to see established.
Okay, so shared by the ANC Secretary, they say, we will focus on implementation and delivery. Specifically, we have identified 10 priority interventions to reignite growth in our economy. Now, the first step is that the first intervention is to use electricity tariffs and investment in transmission infrastructure to drive economic activities. The second intervention is to accelerate the recovery of our freight and logistics sector. The third intervention is to rebuild our chrome and management industries. The fourth is the NEC resolved that the fourth intervention must be to improve the capacity of the state to manage major projects. The fifth intervention is to drive local economic development and investment in local infrastructure. The sixth is the intervention focuses on labor activation initiatives as well as public employment. The seventh intervention agreed by the NEC is to expand SME support and investment development finance institutions. The eighth intervention is to enable the growth of provincial economies outside of the main economic centers. The ninth is intervention to accelerate the diversification of our trade partners, strengthen our participation in the African Continental Free Trade Area, and address the impact of tariffs and non-tariff barriers. And the 10th one is the final intervention to ensure effective budget and macroeconomic coordination. The South Africans, that is basically what Ramaphosa and the ANC are saying. That's why watching the video. The 10, should I say the 10 commandments or the 10 laws or the 10 solutions to South Africa's economic growth right here. As South African, do you believe that this is the right steps, and do you think how outlined do you think these steps are, and do you believe that these steps will actually yield in a better results? Let me know in the comment section what you think, and let's see where you actually stand with this. Okay, again, man says wasting our time with lies. You have been singing this song for years and nothing came to fruition. Again, man says and 11th, try not to steal all the money. Wow, that's the 11th plan though. Again, man says, I knew there would be nothing on corruption, even when it's clear that corruption is what has undermined economic growth over the years of my ANC misrule, thugs won't arrest themselves. Again, man says, it is a shame to talk about implementation after 30 years of destroying and stealing. Your time is up. Just go home and relax. You have failed dismally, and worse, you were minister several portfolios and never did anything that stealing and destroying. And lastly, he says, first intervention should have been stop looting. So basically, these are all some takes and views from various South African people and where they stand. You, my friend, can also share your point of view. Let's see where you stand as well. Thank you for your time. See you guys around more for African Tips.